Breaking tonight, more than 12 hours after the Senate Minority Leader all but admitted that he repeatedly lied to the American people in the interest of helping the president win re-election, we are still waiting to see if any of his peers will step forward to speak out on this ugly breach of the public trust. Welcome to the Kelly File, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. One of the more dramatic moments in the last campaign for the White House came on July 12, 2012, when then Senate Majority Leader Reid stood on the floor of the Senate, and made the stunning claim that the Republican candidate for president, Mitt Romney, had not paid his taxes in years.
He's disclosed 1 year. His father, George Romney, set the precedent that people running for president would file their tax returns, let everybody look at them. But Mitt Romney can't do that because he's basically paid no taxes in the prior 12 years. Really?
Immediately, the question started, how could Senator Reid know this? An anonymous source, he said. Then the fact-checkers jumped in. The Washington Post gave the claim 4 Pinocchios, saying the tax experts had labeled that claim highly improbable. But it didn't matter. The accusation was already out there from the Senate leader, a man in an immense position of trust. It became a talking point for Democrats and liberal columnists, and the damage was done. Fast forward to today. Mr. Reid recently announced he's retiring, and he was in the middle of a looking back interview this morning. Sort of a moment of honesty apparently overcame the man. He was speaking with another cable network, and he was asked about his infamous tax claim.
So no regrets about Mitt Romney, about the Koch brothers, because some people have even called it McCarthyite.
Well, they call it whatever they want. Romney didn't win, did he?
Romney didn't win, did he? That's his response? The Senate now Minority Leader is saying it doesn't matter that he lied to the country repeatedly and the stakes were a presidential election. All that matters is that Romney lost. Think about that. And the response from our other elected officials, which has been crickets, after one of our top elected leaders shares with us his complete lack of integrity, complete lack of honesty, never mind respect for the American people. And none of his peers so far has seen fit to be at least a little bit ashamed. What does this say about Washington, about America, about our politics these days? Joining me now, Dana Lash, author of Hands Off My Gun and host of Dana on the Blaze TV. This is disgusting. It's just disgusting. He's not even ashamed that he lied. He's proud of it because in his world, apparently, the ends justify the means.
Oh, Megyn, you're absolutely right on this. And there's a reason why American politics are so polarizing. There's a reason why, and this has changed in the past 15 or 20 years, why you have people on the right and the left who can't even get along or agree on simple truths because of people like Reid. He is one of the most insufferable people in the history of the congressional body. And it's because of things like this, what the ends justify the means here. He should be censured. And I would love to see some actual leadership in the Democrat Party to step up and say, you were wrong with this. You defamed someone baselessly because you wanted to win a competition. It's all come down, Megyn. It's all come down to winning a competition, winning a race. People don't care about being accurate anymore. They don't care about being truthful. They just want to win an argument, and that's shameful.
It's an interesting point. You see, we've seen in recent years Congress investigating these pro athletes who, took steroids or did drugs to improve their game illegally, and yet here we have at the time the Senate Majority Leader breaking the rules, resorting to dishonesty to win. That's the lesson he's teaching the children of America today. All that matters is that you win. And if you have to lie to the people who put you in office and lie to anybody watching television, so be it.
No, absolutely. And that's not only the example that he's setting for his own grandchildren, but that's the example that he's setting for the rest of the party. And until he steps out, until he's done with his seat, he is going to be celebrated, and everyone is going to speak of him so fondly. He is leaving behind a record of destruction in the Senate. I mean, he sabotages the amendment process. He smears people baselessly. And Mitt Romney wasn't the only one. He called the Koch brothers un-American simply because the Koch brothers do something no differently, Megyn, than any other donor in in the Democrat Party, but he's targeting them specifically because they tend to fall on the right side of things. Enough is enough, and he needs to be censured for this. But honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if that never happens, because there are no ethics. There is no morality. You have a party, as I said, that just wants to win. They don't care who they throw under the bus. They don't care about the truthfulness of it. They don't care about the morality. The reason that we are in the situation that we are in politics in the United States of America is because of people like Harry Reid and people with more zeal than ethics.
I don't think you can condemn the whole Democratic Party for this, but Harry Reid.
Oh, they have to stand up,
he's fair
Megyn.
game.
They have to stand up.
Dana, great to see you.
He's fair game, but they have to stand up. Thank you, Megyn. Always good to be here.
Also joining me with more, nationally syndicated radio host Richard Fowler. Richard, I want to get your reaction, but let's just show the audience that moment again. And kudos to Dana Bash of CNN for asking the question and showing it and understanding the news that he made. But I want to see it again so the audience can hear his tone.
So no regrets about Mitt Romney, about the Koch brothers, because some people have even called it McCarthyite.
Well, they call it whatever they want. Romney didn't win, did he?
I mean, listen, you're a liberal Democrat. I understand you support that party. That's fine, right? But does he speak for you?
Well, here's the thing, Megyn. In political elections and presidential campaign, everybody lies. Let's talk about all the people who thought the president was born in Kenya, and they proliferated that lie when he was actually born in a United States territory. But here's the thing. It's a job of the Senate Majority Leader, whether it's Mitch McConnell, who it is today, or it's Harry Reid. Their job is to defend their party vehemently. And he made a claim now. But wait a second, Megyn. Like, do we really think that Harry Reid's one claim is the reason why Mitt Romney lost this election? Because that's just not true.
The point is, he thinks it, and he's proud of the lie he told because he thinks that
I
it
think
messed
he's
with
also
the
proud that
presidential
Democrats ran a good ground game and they beat Mitt Romney fair and square.
That's fine. Hey, that's the game. Mitt Romney joined that game. But this,
Mitt
Richard,
Romney did
this
not
is
have
wrong.
a good answer.
This is wrong, and you know it's wrong, don't you?
Well, I just think it's politics at its finest. Both Democrats and Republicans, they all play politics. They all twist the truth. That's what politicians do. It's a job of journalists like yourself, like myself, and like Dana Bash to get to the truth. But it's a job of journalists to evade. It's a job of politicians to evade the truth. That's what they do. Whether they're Democrats or Republicans.
Completely fabricating stuff out of whole cloth on the floor
He's not the only
of the
one
US
who's
Senate.
fabricated
so
things.
What? That doesn't excuse it, Richard.
Mitch
That does not
McConnell, a couple
excuse
years ago, made a comment that said he would do everything in his power to make sure Barack Obama loses. Not America wins, but Barack Obama loses. He's not being crucified to the cross.
That is politics.
So is what Harry Reid did.
A completely fabricated claim that he makes up. I mean, Joe Wilson was censured for yelling out at the president. You lied,
He
right?
was not censured for yelling at the president.
There was a backlash. There was a national backlash against him, Richard.
There was,
yes,
because that was completely and totally disrespectful. But it's different. And Republicans can be outraged by Harry Reid. The Republicans can be the American people can be as outraged as they want to at Harry Reid. I'm pretty sure when I leave the show they're going to tweet me and be outraged about what I say because I'm defending him. But he could say what he says. It's the job of Mitt Romney to defend the truth and put the truth out there. He didn't, and that's why he lost the election. He had no message. You can't blame Harry Reid for that.
Because he makes up a lie, Romney's got to come out and try to combat this. And back
Romney
at the time,
had to talk to the American people as to why he has dressage horses and elevators in his mansion.
Now we're way off base. But this is at the time this happened, I was hosting the afternoon program America Live, and I had Mark Thiessen on to discuss it along with Julie Roginski. And this is how Thiessen put it, and man, he nailed it. Watch.
I'm going to make some news on your show today, Megyn. The word is out that for the past 10 years, Harry Reid has been beating his wife. Now, do I know that Harry Reid's been beating his wife? Do I have any proof? No, but the burden of proof is on him to prove that he hasn't been beating his wife. I mean, that's essentially what Harry Reid just did to Mitt Romney.
Right? Isn't that right?
Okay, Megyn, that might be right, but this is what it justifies. People went out and said the president was born in Kenya. And the president, what? He put his birth certificate out to the American people. It said, I was indeed not born in Kenya. And he told the truth, and he won the election.
I don't remember anybody going onto the Senate floor and saying that.
There was tons of them.
There
was Louis Gohmert was saying that he was from Kenya. I could give you there's a laundry list. Michelle Bachmann said he not only was he from Kenya, but he was a terrorist.
Did she go
we can go on and on about Republican operatives and Republican candidates who put out false notions and lies about this president, and he went and he told the people the truth. Okay. The people believed his truth. Right. They didn't believe Mitt Romney's truth, and he won the election.
All right, I got it. Listen, you defended the man, and you're entitled to do that. I want to leave the audience with this. Richard, great to see you.
Thanks,
I want to leave the audience with this. Nancy Pelosi at the time. Harry Reid made a statement that is true. Somebody told him. It's a fact. And Harry Reid is a person who wouldn't say this unless it was true. Thanks for that. Thanks. We're taking your thoughts on this tonight. Facebook.com/The Kelly File and on Twitter @Megyn Kelly. One more question coming out of Mr. Reid's remarks today. Can he face any kind of censure or punishment after he admitted that he lied to the country? Our legal panel actually weighs in on that a bit later.